We find that most of our referrals come through self-referrals, and about 81% of our referrals are through self-referrals. Other referrals come with more complex needs through refuges, health visitors, midwives, and different services that work with more complex needs. So we have been increasing breastfeeding rates in the area within the project that we've been running. We've had about 99.9% breastfeed at birth, 84% at 6 weeks and 70% at 6 months. So that's a big increase from local and national averages. We've also had doulas that have caught babies. We had one incident in a car in Blackburn at the side of the road. And then we had another couple of births where the doula could catch the baby because the midwives didn't get there in time, the paramedics weren't there in time. In fact, one was born and the baby wasn't breathing very well, so the doula was on the phone to the 999 and they had to talk through resuscitating the baby. Caesarean rates are about 24%. Most of these are planned caesareans after a previous caesarean birth. Yeah, again, kind of national and local averages are around 35% in that, so there's a decrease there as well. We've had one case particularly that she was wanting to have a caesarean section again after a previous traumatic birth, and then after support with the doula she actually decided to have a vaginal birth, a normal birth after that. So that made a massive difference to her, and now she's a bit of an advocate now for that, and not just going with your initial thoughts and changing that. Increasing confidence in parents is something that we get fed back. They feel more confident in just life in general, but also in their parenting and birth.
It was just really about weaning, because people keep telling me different things, like you got the baby led and then the pouches, and it's been a long time, so I don't really know where to start.
Yeah, okay. So what are your thoughts, Mel? What are you thinking?
I'm kind of thinking baby led weaning, but I'm not sure, because to say given what you're having, which is fine if it's like finger foods and things, but what I'm having is a spaghetti bolognese, how do I feed it? Miles easier.
Oh, good.
Thank you, it's been really helpful.
Oh, you're welcome, Mel.
So throughout the year for Snowdrop we've done various evaluations with our clients. And when looking at the evaluations, of 100% of those that were asked, they felt that they were able to feed their babies they planned to. We found that 75% felt they'd been fully supported in their choice of feeding their baby, and of that, the lowest number on a score of 1 to 10 was only 5. In our evaluations we found that 60% felt completely comfortable in talking about their experiences as a new mum. Of the other 40%, all of them scored 8 or 9 on a scale of 1 to 10. Of our mums that were asked, 90% felt completely comfortable to ask questions about pregnancy and birth when engaging with Snowdrop doulas. When looking through the evaluations, some of the points said by the mums were: the benefit of working with Snowdrop was having someone with me, having one person having the best interests at heart, the emotional support, listening ear, empowerment to get the birth that they wanted. When parents were asked what had changed after engaging with Snowdrop Doula, they'd said, everything. I was so anxious about becoming a mum again after a first traumatic birth. The doulas put me completely at ease. Another family said, I feel far more confident, relaxed and happy as a mother. Other things that had changed for people were less stress, and that had impacted on the family in a positive way. Mums had said everyone should have a doula, and they felt extremely lucky to have Snowdrop, and it was a fantastic service and made such a huge difference to them and their baby. One of the targets that Snowdrop has in relation to big lottery funding is to reduce the number of interventions at birth. We can see that Snowdrop has had an impact on this with our families. For example, the rates of induction across the UK average is 30%. With the women that we've supported through doula, this is 7%. We can see the percentage of UK average for forceps of on-twos delivery is 18%, and this contrasts with Snowdrop's 6% in the mothers that we supported. When looking at the use of pethidine and gas and air, we can see there's a difference as well. For the use of pethidine, for the UK average, this is 33%, in contrast to 10% when supported by a doula. Snowdrop is also supported in the choice of births that mothers would wish to have, and we see that the UK average for a water birth is 20%, but when supported by a doula from Snowdrop, this is 42%. When we look at the rates of epidurals, the UK average is 35%, and when having intervention from a doula, this is just 13%. So we can see that the use of a doula within our project at Snowdrop has had an impact on birth interventions and birth outcomes.
So within the counselling service within this project, we support for however long's needed. So mostly on average it's about 9 sessions, 9 hourly sessions that we support, and every service user that's come through the counselling service reports a better mood and goes away feeling so much better in their mental health. Over the last year, we've supported over 125 people in the Doula Support Project, and around 50 through counselling, and also about another 16 different groups that we run.